Innovative.
And I'm back in the game, but no longer after the fame. I do it for my loved ones, and I'm happy to say that Afro's back in the game, and I'm back in the game, and I'm back in the game. Yeah, I'm back in the game, back in the game, back in the game. And I'm back in the game, don't lose hope, cause Afro's back to revive hip-hop. I'm done taking a stride, I focus on the tick on my watch. Pick up where I started, I'm getting older, more to go far. Full force, I'm headed for the stars. Now that I'm mature, go large, for the dream to turn to reality. It seems I can believe when I overcome the challenges. My analysis, my style is fit to not fall apart. Despite the callus in my fingers, I carry to be a legendary artist. Elevator up upon a level, never thought would ever offer me the key, but I got integrity intact. The honesty, the modest mouse of me, the common courtesy that capture lightning in a bottle, filling from the words I speak. No longer do we identify with the nervous me. Now it's time to push aside what I know is a burden to be. The urge of me to be leading the future generation of MCs. The purpose of my breathing, my ventilation through my journey. And I'm back in the game, but no longer after the fame. I do it for my loved ones, and I'm happy to say that Afro's back in the game, and I'm back in the game. And I'm back in the game. Yeah, I'm back in the game. Back in the game. Back in the game. And I'm back in the game. I gotta give thanks to most all. I gotta give grace to folks that follow the fro, the roll call. Looking back at myself, stand in front of the mirror. All the fame that I felt before, find me near, commandeer the play. Big fro boy, think of the drawing board. Reconnect the brain while I wash upon the shore. Whether it's beach waves, I have to find endurance through the heat rays. With the mental mind insurance that I repay. But these days are similar to Sodom and Gomorrah, while I'm similar to a prophet that give you more of his heart. The honor to be is the utmost, the ultimate. To come close to fortunate, I'm never insubordinate, never taking any nonsense. And I can't beat myself up too much as long as I'm making progress. A small step become a tall step, and I'm happy to say that all flows reach out is back in the game. And I'm back in the game, but no longer after the fame. I do it for my loved ones, and I'm happy to say that Afro's back in the game, and I'm back in the game, and I'm back in the game. Yeah, I'm back in the game, back in the game, back in the game, and I'm back in the game, in the game.
All flows reach out. Woozy. Anyway, it's your man Deshaun Showtime Watkins.
And I am Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Woozy, woo, and welcome to the culture of Comptonmania. We came in with some bing bow from the legendary artist himself, Afro, the MC. Ugh.
Yo, what up? What up? Thanks for having me, y'all.
For sure. Thanks for coming on, man. Like that was crazy.
Damn, thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man.
That gave me the feeling like, okay, my favorite artist that I can think about when I had like my first job, right? I was working at Lowe's. I was listening to Kanye. That was my thing, and that was to propel me to where I am today.
That's what's
and
up.
what I just heard right here, man, that's one of them situations, bro.
What era of Kanye do you think? Like which albums? Or like
So that one was I've been working this grave shift and I ain't made shit. I wish I could buy me a spaceship.
First album, College Dropout.
Yeah, that was my and this was the vibe. Like, you talk about your integrity. Like, every bar that you spit and like it means something. It's like all flows reach out. It's like, as a boxer, you throwing haymakers in them, bow, bing, booms. Where do they come from, sir?
a lot of them are definitely from my favorite MCs and influences that I looked up to, and MCs that I studied growing up. know, and just studying their punchlines, their bars, their formats, their patterns, and their schemes, and how they would put their words together. You know, so I definitely got to credit a lot. Pretty much my favorite MCs. You know.
Okay, top 5 favorite MCs.
Ooh, man, super personal, but my first, I gotta say, Sean Price, rest in peace. That's Sean Price from Boot Camp Click and Duck Down. And he's one of my favorite spitters and intricate barsmiths of all time. He put words together like nobody else. He was incredible.
You said a barsmith.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Today's word of the day brought to you by Afro Barsmith.
A studier. You could tell he took his time with the pen. Like he definitely, yeah. He's my number one.
Okay.
Number 2, I would have to say MF Doom, rest in peace.
MF Doom.
Say
I got
Doom.
a one of the workers. Why I can't think of my man's name right now. He got it tattooed on him. MF Doom.
Same here. Got Doom's mask.
Oh my God.
Got Dirty 2 ODB, rest in peace.
ODB. That's crazy.
So number 2, I got P, Doom. 3, I'm gonna have to say Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap.
Because he's arguably the greatest lyricist of all time, and a lot of our favorite MCs are influenced by G Rap. G Rap is like one of the starting roots of the family tree when it comes to lyricists. Definitely. G Rap. 4, I'm gonna say Rakim.
Rakim. Yes, sir.
Because Rakim's the reason I picked up a pen. Like, I was 9 years old. I was looking through YouTube. I was already big on the computer, and I'm like, microphone fiend, Eric B and Rakim, what's this? I saw the thumbnail and they had like gold chains on. I was like, this shit is dope. Clicked on it. The beat kicked in. I'm like, what am I listening to? And then when he started to rhyme, I was like, this is like the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life at the time. So, and I'm like, I want to do what he's doing. So definitely Rakim's the reason why I'm rapping.
Dang, shout out to Rakim.
And then 5 is always the toughest, but damn, I'm going to have to say Pharoah Monch.
Ooh.
Pharoah Monch is like a huge influence. And I can go on and on. There's like tons of like, I like to think of like a MC, like a gumbo, like a stew of gumbo of like different influences and lyrics and styles that I just studied and just like threw into the gumbo. And that's how I created my kind of, my style.
That's crazy. And also, is that a part of the project that's releasing?
With the one tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or the one tomorrow is more so solo. I don't have anybody featured on it, but it's definitely it's like sort of a passion project mixed with like I treat almost every project like I just want hard beats, some different topics, but still keep it like lyrical and still think of my influences, like of how would they attack this song, or how would they treat this topic,
Man, that's like a student in battle. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you learning from this and that. It reminds me of Kung Fu Panda.
Love Kung Fu Panda.
Like that's no seriously though, because he got the knowledge that him being uniquely who he was was the reason why he was that. You know what I mean? Like and that
dog Poe.
Man,
the homie Poe.
That's the dopest things about these stories. Like, so tell me this. Like, as a kid, you said you was like 9 years old, and you like, this is what because of Rakim, this is what I want to do. Right. Did you really see yourself like doing it, or how did you perceive yourself getting there, or how did it start?
So at 9, I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't take it super seriously until I'm gonna say 12 or 13. Okay. That's when I was like, I started reaching out to some of my buddies. I'm like, I was able to get my own Pro Tools set up at 14, and I had like decent computer. I was able to start recording and figuring out how to record my other buddies that were kind of rapping at the time. So I didn't really take it seriously till 13, 14.
That's what's up. 13, 14. That's one of them ages where you still figuring it out.
Right. Definitely.
How are you dealing? Like, what is your upbringing? Like, so you're being this MC, right? and maybe from your upbringing, does that kind of like make it kind of harder to do the craft, or do you lean harder into the craft because of your upbringing?
Well, my upbringing, I was really blessed. Like my mom's was always supportive,
Nice.
like super supportive, and even my pops too. Like even my grandparents were super supportive. So I did have a really cool support system, which I'm grateful for, because I know with a lot of MCs in hip hop, some of them that's not the case. Some of them have horror stories,
yeah.
you know, growing up with their upbringing. So for me, I always migrated. What I would put into my rhymes was like a favorite movie, a movie character, or like a reference here, or like that would be like the bulk of my content, what I was rapping about, starting off for sure. And still to this day, but like starting off, I would just be like, Tombstone, Denzel, Training Day. Like I would just like, you know, and
It's like you putting a puzzle together live and in action. That's kind of like I come from like a theater background where you got to improv, right? So now you throwing words together like ping pow boom boom, and you making them make sense. But then the other step of MCing is you giving them jewels and telling stories at the same time. When you formatting these words, and it's genius. It's an education, because we remember them rap songs. You know what I mean? You know, everything.
Yeah, man. It's just, yeah. And then learning, I started writing around like 12-ish, like seriously. And then I started freestyling around like 13, 14, around that time. It was like kind of near as the, like those specific around years, you know. And I would just look, I'd be like, oh, TV, see me, oh, portrait, more shit. Like I would just try to like,
portrait,
you know,
more
like
shit.
I would just try to, you know, put as much words
Making
together.
rhymes out of everything. You know?
Yeah, and I wanna say this too, like talk about how important. Like I know you said you had that support system. Like how is it for an artist? Like when you have your family there supporting you, how important is that?
I mean, it definitely, not only does it inspire you, but it gives you a drive and a motivation or a reason to do it for. Like I'm like, this is why I'm doing this, you know. Whereas like, oh, I'm doing this for the bitches, the money. I'm doing this for this. I'm like, no, I got family. I got like a family that genuinely like, we got your back. If this is what you want to do, okay. And I'm like, and I'm going as far as I can for the loved ones back home. So it's like literally that drive.
And that's powerful, because once you have a tribe that supports you, the fight is different. The fight is so different, I promise you. When you feel like it's you against the world, you have like an edge to you, right? You have an edge, but it also has like an emotional limit, because it really is cutting two ways. But when you got that support, that shit just hit different.
Yeah, and even there's some really cool stories where some people start off me against the world, and then as they get maybe a little bit older or they start meeting new people, then it comes like a little full circle where they meet their own support system and they grow their own support system. So there is a possibility, you know.
Yeah. So 13, you 13, 14, you coming up with these skills, you killing it, you know. Tell me, like, from you as a kid until like, what was one of the biggest stages you performed on?
Starting at any age, or
like, yeah. So see yourself like at 13, like you're putting it together. What you say, portrait, more shit, right?
Right.
You fast forward, you're at the biggest.
Where was that one where you said like, oh shit, like I'm here, like yeah, this is what I've been working for right here.
Damn. The first one I could think of, it was the first time I went to Europe and we performed, and it was in UK. It was in London.
Oh yeah, that's big. Just out
That's
the country,
huge.
period. Is big. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Very first show ever in Europe, and I felt like, you know, in the beginning you feel like a stranger, so it's scary. You're like, okay, you know, oh my goodness, oh shit, these people don't look where I'm from. You know? They don't look like where I'm from. Damn, I stick out like a sore thumb. That's crazy. So,
do you feel like too, a lot of people are looking at you because you look different too? Do you feel like there's a lot of attention coming your way?
it does. That happens for sure. Yeah, and then you can feel that shit too. You're like, damn, okay, I'm being tested right now. Okay. let's do it. So I used that as well.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I just did there were 2 shows off this recent tour I just did. And this happens sometimes, even if you're the main bill, maybe like 90 or 80% of the people don't know who you are in that building. Maybe, some of them could be, a lot of them could be strangers. I just did that. I just dealt with that recently, and I use that. I'm like, okay, if they don't know who I am now, boom, hit the stage, let's go. So it's like, it's definitely, I use that as a drive too.
It's like
but that
a
was
challenge.
That was that feeling I got at that London show. I was like, yo, okay, this shit's crazy. It was about 400 folks, and I never performed a show with that many people before.
400, a lot.
Before things started taking off for me, I was just like performing in local spots here in Santa Ana, like broken down warehouses. We didn't even have stages. We had to build wooden pallets out of stages and rock on them. And there would just be like close homies or family that would come out and support us. But this was I was like, whoa, these is like 400 strangers.
Wow.
I'm like, they don't know who the fuck I am. So, all right. And then that's when but at the end of that show, I remember 400 strangers going, ah! So I'm like, damn, this is it. That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
To feel that energy, there's nothing like live audiences. It's nothing.
Man,
like,
the energy's crazy.
It's crazy.
You feed off of it too while you're on the stage.
And for you, imagine you got 400 people. They probably rapping some of that shit back to you too. Those 400 people is like, oh man. So then you've been to an even bigger, way bigger than that, right?
Through the years, yes, through the years.
And so now take me from that moment to like a super, super big one.
This one was like crazy, funny, dope, and insane at the same time.
Oh my God.
So I was in Barcelona. I'm going to say this was maybe 2016 or 17.
Wow.
And it was KRS-One, me and my guy R.A.
Ooh.
And 800 Barcelonians. And those 800 felt like 8,000 because that energy was like from the front row to the back. I didn't see one person just standing there.
Yeah, mind you, this was like pre-COVID, so everybody was really having fun. It wasn't like, oh, don't breathe on me, or
hell yeah.
Yeah, and that I was like, whoa, that shit was crazy. And to have like a legend like KRS too, like he was cool as shit there. Like he was supporting us, and I mean, like he was the main bill, but like before he went on at the end of our show and was just rocking with us, just listening to us. I was like, oh shit.
That's
like,
dope.
Yeah.
And then these 800 folks, I don't know if they fucked up on some stuff, but they're going crazy. So that's one of my favorite shows.
Man, that's insane, bro. To get that respect from KRS-One, that's crazy. To even be on the same stage as ladies and gentlemen, listen. Like,
and then fast forward.
What?
Fast forward, we just did a joint together that came together like out of the blue in the coolest way. Like I had no idea. Like one of my homie producers, he hit me up. He was like, yo, I got a KRS verse on here. He's down. We would love to have you on here. I was like, no problem. Come on, man. No problem. So that's like kind of a full circle moment for me that I feel,
What's the name of that song?
It's called Bar 316. Like the title's pretty weird, but I could pull it up for you guys.
Yeah,
later.
you know what? Run that.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we gotta run that. Afro, we go put your stats up, homie. Okay, yeah, take your time. Like this is just really good talking, because like I like to deal with the dream and the process, the moments, the personal, the this, the that, but I also want them to feel like that feeling when you have 800 people vibing back with you. Oh man,
that shit is crazy. And then I didn't. It's a crazy story. It's the same show, but it's a crazy batshit funny story. So the same show in the front row. There's two. They look like close homies. They're going crazy. One of them has a beer bottle in their hand, and then my homie R.A. he likes to do this thing where he goes in the crowd and just rock with them and have a good time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll stay on stage and back up his ad libs.
Yeah.
And in the front, these two were looking at me. It was like a movie scene, bro. And they go, ah! God. The other guy smashes a beer bottle above the other one's head.
No shit.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, should we call 911 this motherfucker?
Are you still rapping?
What did these two do? They just carry on like that shit didn't even fucking happen. They keep. I was like, is that how y'all show love in this motherfucker? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm like a dap and a handshake's cool, but I just don't want no beer bottles above my head, But
you said that
shit
while you were on stage too?
No, I was just like in shock. I was like, oh shit. My boy already said, yo, throw ad libs. I was like, oh my bad. Like, nigga, you didn't just see what happened.
Homie got busted in the head with a bottle. What am I supposed to? No one's gonna call. Oh, he likes it. What the? Hey, don't do that shit to me over here. Look,
That shit was, man, and like they just carried on like that shit was just like another day, another Tuesday. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Man, Fro, like you are that dude. You just came back off of a tour too.
Yeah, we did 5 days.
Man, like the grind with that too. Like, wow. You can talk about it if you want to, like, cause I know like people understand they don't want this, but you be out, you be working.
Any opportunity that comes my way, or if they're looking for a tour, or if I'm also dropping like a project or around that time close to it, and it helps promote it as well and get it out there with some new people. But this one was really smooth. I was really like super grateful. Tours are really dope as far as meeting people, getting your content out there, and networking. That side is dope. There is a tough side of tour. Okay. And sometimes I try not to sound like I'm complaining or anything, because it's a grateful position to be at while you're touring. But there's some inside things that some people might not know. Like while you're on tour, let's say you finish a show at like 1 or 2 in the morning, there's nothing open to eat.
Right.
Just a small example, and that's a lot. Like sometimes I would go to, a lot of times in Europe when we would do tours, we would have to prepare food before, something like that. Like nothing's open after the show, and so the carrying like tons of luggage with you, trains, planes, and automobiles. Yeah. So you're going everywhere. You're going on planes. And some of the drives can be 10 hours. Some of them can be 17 hours. Some of them can be a quick 5, a quick 8. Like. It just depends on which tour you go through. So it is a lot of traveling. And then the emotional aspect, like if you have kids or if you have a family, if you have a girlie, or if you have somebody at home, you're gone for a couple of days and you're just missing them. You're like, damn, you miss your family. So there's that side too, And if the longest tour that I did was 2 months away from home. Wow. And that shit, you feel it after the first month, heavy. You're like, damn, I got to go through this other. Like, you're still grateful to be with these new people, but you also have your peeps back home too. So there's a whole bunch of things to the touring that just some people don't see on the outside.
I mean, it sounds like when you first go back to the gym, you finna be, and you expected to do what you supposed to be doing 6 months from now. You better be prepared, because it's like you said, even with the food, the timing, the car rides, the emotionals, because all that stuff matter. Like, have you ever been on stage before and you was just like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this?
All the time. Like 80% of the time recently, because especially this tour, like when you're traveling and you're going through like the steps here and there to get to that show, you're going through all that to get on that stage. And it's like you're building up to it, and you still have to like be focused, you still have to be sharp, and you still have to make sure that like the promoter's happy and that the fans are happy.
It's a process.
Whole process. Yeah, absolutely.
So they say
it's a big mental thing.
You gotta embrace the process. You know, they be saying that all the time, and it's like you really gotta think about the whole journey that you taking to get to that point, because you learning something at the end. So
absolute 100%.
And when we were talking to Elijah Banks, he talked about being present. And that is so hard, because if you on tour, you got 5 shows, you doing the first show, but you also saving a little bit of yourself so you can fight these battles just to get to this show. And you got to make sure your voice is right. You got to make sure, you know, because you got to preserve, because your voice would be gone in a minute. I go to one Rams game, I'm up in here like, like, for real. So to be able to do that, to feel that energy, like, that's wild. And to get into the dream and you still fighting to maintain that puppy. Afro, you a bad mama jam. You got, is it ready?
No.
Okay.
But we can do that
video,
the freestyle.
Oh, are you down to spit some bars?
Yeah, let's rock.
All righty. Well, Cam is going to put on a beat, and the Fromeister is going to do what all Fros Reach Out does. Kill, kill, kill. Ha, ha. Nah, man. Oh, wow.
1, 2, yo, 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 listen up, yo, yo, this out in the building like 1, 2, yo, I'm in your area, listen, hey, yo, at this point, I'm just doing this shit for fun. What I gotta say, pick up that mic, put down that gun. And I'm a natural born funky type rhyme spitter, deliverer of heat and rhyming like I be on the run. A big belly, big feet, and big shoes. When I spit dummy, get mean and get loose. There's 5 rules to abide by in dodgeball. Duck, dick, dive, dodge, duck, beyond on par. Now listen, I'm too goofy, but they're serious. And when I do what I do, they get furious. I go stupid, but the fro be never one dimensional. Number one professional hits are strictly fundamental. I could run a pencil, place it upon when I can trace it. I got all this patience, I'm the reason behind them hospital patients. Bad man, he be bigger and better. That man, you just another quitter, whatever. I flatline it while I masterminded the blueprint. I catch fire, half-fast rhymers is putrid. Chilling with the fro, then you gotta live it up. If it and what you know, then you gotta give it up. How could you possibly be trying to fuck with that fro thizzle? All these MCs be trying to rhyme, but they so simple. Fuck it, give me your gold medal. So amazing be the fro fellow. And while I'm blazing, leave the smoke settle. Don't forget I'm taking the time to break the back of a coward. Growing up in school, they call me Fat Albert. Little they know I got impeccable breath control, fire Molotov, call me that master, that Mr. Sire Fro. And 1, 2, yo. Yo, yo, yo. And when I'm show gunning for show, running it's fro thizzle. When you know nothing, the flow's dumping overs, it's not simple. On the microphone, I'm feeling right at home with Comptonmania. You wanna know what I gotta be saving? I'm like a beat on the beat, like a superhero, like Christopher Reed came back. And 2 young blacks again, man, hold on. I got the cape on, wanna imitate them, when I be like, I battle Shaitan, battle all of the devil's face off. The one of a rapping, whatever, got my trouble guitar, trouble water know with the straight lace bars. Now hold on, it's like poison the cyanide for door to go rejoice with the noise in the crowd to go boisterous rhyme and fly. It's like Airplane, and in the 70s, 80s got movie references all day, my brother, hold on. Now listen, I'm beating my flow strong, like beat him up like Denzel and Man on Fire, Hitman type, taking the assassin on, painting the kidnap, bringing my baby girl back to the good peeps. Now listen.
Oh my God, it is smoky in here, ladies and gentlemen, and it ain't nothing that you think it is. It is all flows reach out. Afro the GOAT has blessed the mic of the culture of Comptonmania.
Thank y'all, brother. Thank
you. God.
Comptonmania, what up? TKK Radio.
Damn. Cam, I mean, you got to say something over. You can't just be cool over there.
That shit was fire. Hey, I'm over here. I'm trying to like get shit back and like, damn, you know, I'm trying to get my bearings in order. I'm like, yeah, that shit was dope.
God.
Thank you guys, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was like a Mortal Kombat. It was a whole bunch of finish him, flawless victory. Whoopsies, he's done it again. Like, it was crazy.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Combo breaker. Like, I mean, damn, Killer Instinct. That was crazy. The way how you flipped it up multiple times, changed the speed, threw a big word up in there like, shit, I'm catching it. Whoa, he said 16 other things. Damn. It's like, man, it was flavor. It's like when you eating food, okay, and you can taste every flavor in it. Dude, the skills is crazy.
Thank you, bro.
Like, what do we ladies and gentlemen, this is the mic is still smoking. Like this is crazy. So it started off from Rakim, bro.
Yes. Rakim is definitely the blueprint for Fro, and a couple faster MCs that I wanted to mention too.
Yeah.
Twista used to go by.
Oh my God.
He used to go by Tongue Twister in the early '90s, and he had an album called "Running Off at the Mouth," I believe, and it was just like insane. And at the time, I think he still holds the Guinness World Record for fastest MC.
Yeah,
and he's a huge influence on me. Chip Fu from Foo Schnickens is an incredible MC. He's super underrated. I'm forgetting a couple people, but I love Busy Bone. I love Crazy Bone. Yeah, there's just phenomenal
so you like
techniques.
definitely
Yeah.
like a student of the game, because like I'm hearing these MCs that you name and from like the groups that you name, and I'm like, damn, I remember the groups, but it's like you to be very as detailed with every MC in that group and every, you know, like the bars they spitting, bro, like it shows like you definitely a student of the game.
Thank you, bro. I consider myself a gigantic nerd. I'm just a nerd.
But
Like
but we
hip-hop.
all nerds towards something,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like,
And
what you gonna be a nerd for, though, you know?
And I love bringing nerds together to just discuss, it's like hip hop, films, or just like culture wise too, how it's impactful or what it's done to, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was crazy. That was historic. Fuck that. I mean, shit. Like, you know, I used to watch Funkmaster Flex or Rap City in the Basement, and
Love
you would
Rap
see
City.
that.
Big
You would
Tigger.
see,
I love
yeah.
Rap City.
You
Love
know,
Rap City.
You used to watch those different. That took me there. I felt so lucky. You know, like, hey, I'm like Big Tigger in here. Like, this is fun. I'm not rapping.
There's
But
Tigger was rapping. Tigger had to spit some bars first, and then he like leading in the MC that's about to
Tigger
get
was the
off.
man, dude. All respect.
There was also a dope competition back in the day. I think they started in 1990 something and they ended in 2010. It was called Scribble Jam.
Ooh.
And Scribble Jam is dope. There's tons of footage on YouTube. I know Eminem first started pretty early in there. Like tons of people have been in it since then. And these MCs are actually freestyling off of their head and battling each other. Like straight up battle, off the cuff, like pure improv beats. So it's just banging hip hop beats and just they're attacking each other. And that's the stuff I love to see. Like me personally, I don't battle, but I respect it and I appreciate it, and I do study that as well, just like to watch and see how these guys work.
Right.
You know, and a lot of it is really cool. You're like, wow, some of these guys be saying some dope ass shit in like 2 seconds. So you're like,
Yeah.
wow. So it is pretty cool to. I study that as well, and that's fun. There's a lot of funny shit in it too. You're like, wow, that's hilarious. Like, it's pretty.
Like,
that's a good.
that was real clever.
Yeah. And even the ones that aren't so great either, that's pretty funny. So.
or like, why would you say that? Like, that don't even make sense.
Or like
Yeah.
pause, tons of pause moments. You're like pause, like tons of pause moments like throughout. You're like, that's crazy. Hey yo.
But that's the art of like the wordsmith game, you know, too. Like I remember during COVID we had a show on Instagram, and I had the word of the day, and I would just come up with different words, and it's like, we're gonna give you the definition, what it does, and how to use it. And I think also getting back into those moments is really educational, because a lot of times people, we just use words and we don't know what the hell the meaning behind it, where it come from, where it originated from.
Yeah, definitely.
Want me to give you an example?
Okay, come on.
Gluteus maximus.
So you use that word every day is what you're saying, but you don't know where it came from?
I mean, it's
Do you
it's-
really say gluteus maximus on a daily basis?
when I'm being professional, I say protect your gluteus.
I think a lot of people just say glutes.
glutes. Okay. Gluteus. It's your ass.
Glutes is like
Protect it.
Glutes is like football. Like I played football in high school, and that's what they would say a lot. Like glutes. You know,
Glutes.
So, yeah.
See, you know, there's different words you can use. I use glutes.
My
lie like a
my mom's growing up, instead of my mom's like whooping my ass physically, she would be like, you got to read this dictionary.
Yeah.
You got to read this dictionary. I'm like, and I hated it at first. I was like, this is the worst shit ever. I fucking hate this dictionary. But then I started using it to my benefit as I got older, a little bit older. And I was like, ooh, what's this word? And then just as I started writing a little more, I'm like, thanks, moms.
Now let me ask you this: did you use the thesaurus?
That's what I was about to say. Like I felt like I was the next level up once I went from the dictionary. All right, I done been through the dictionary. I didn't know every definition that's in the dictionary. Right now, I need the thesaurus so I can know what words can mean the same for another word.
Talk to me.
You know
Come on, baby.
Yes, sir.
But see, and that's
then that helped diversify your vocabulary. You know.
Yeah, and that's what makes you an artist, like a MCer, because you're not just putting words together. Okay, but no. Watch this. Fa-boom, boom, fa-boom, boom. You get big picture. It's like, oh, wait a minute. And then it becomes something that you're digesting. You're growing. You know what I mean? Something that's going to keep you going to the next. Okay, you give me a look. What that mean?
Am I?
No. Okay. He said, am I?
What look did I give you? I looked down. I was looking, checking
like,
the monitor.
And then he said,
I'm checking the levels.
Come on with it. Come on with it. I'm like,
over here engineering shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, wrong signal. Nah. Oh, man, dude. Okay, so, Fro, talk to me. Give me 3 underrated MCs that you feel like these MCs are amazing, but they don't get their respect.
Damn.
It could be like over time too, like some classic shit. You know, like how you said Rakim is the reason that you're doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Is it like somebody that don't get as much credit as Rakim, but like they probably really
around that
had
same,
that much of
bracket,
impact, you know? Yeah. It don't gotta be nobody new. It could be, you know, from wherever.
Ooh, right off the rip, I'll say Lady of Rage.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I rock rough and stuff with my Afro puff.
Like most people, like her hit songs are dope, but like the more I started listening to her, like she's lyrically a monster.
Did her album ever come out?
She got her first one, Necessary Roughness, but I think it didn't do as well because of maybe how the label treated her. I think I don't know the full story, but yeah, eventually it came out.
We definitely finna listen to the Lady of Rage.
Yeah, I could give you 3 Rage songs where you're like, what the fuck? Whoa, she's a monster. Like, she's disgusting. Oof. Yeah, lyrically disgusting.
What are those songs?
I would say Unfuckwittable.
Okay.
Damn. There's one called, it was recent too, because she works with my favorite producer, DJ Premier, a lot.
Shout out to Premier.
And, damn, there was one, I think... I gotta remember the name, but it's insane. You're like, what the fuck? It's
Unfuckwittable. We definitely got
it's one of my favorites. She's disgusting. I gotta say, I gotta say AZ.
Ooh.
Lyrically, AZ has found success. Like, AZ's very well known, but like, lyrically, I still think like he's incredible lyrically. Like when he goes there, you're like, what the fuck? I want to say G-Rap. He does get his flowers, but I felt like he doesn't get the flowers he truly deserves. Like he's at the top of that. Like the reason why we're so complex with a lot of us MCs nowadays with our rhyme schemes and stuff and our patterns is because of G-Rap. He birthed generations of MCs. Yeah, so I got that's probably my 3.
Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bless you again.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to save it for the second one because I knew the other one was coming right after.
Look. That was the coolest sneeze in the universe. Yeah.
This nigga's
No, man. Okay, Fro, were you ever into wrestling?
I know. I would watch wrestling, but my favorite stuff was like Randy Savage and that era.
Yeah.
That era.
Yeah.
I love that. And I I would grow up with like WrestleMania in the background, kind of like my uncle was a big WrestleMania fan, so you would see it here and there. I'm not too knowledgeable. If you're like, give me your top 5 wrestlers, I'm like, honestly, bro, I don't know. But I do know, like, there's a couple that I do love, and my favorite would probably be Randy Savage, just because he's insane. He's a psychopath. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
he's a lunatic, and yeah, I just loved it.
Never do a Slim Jim.
Ooh, yeah, dig it. Yeah, Randy Savage is synonymous, man. His gear, his elbow, his whole package, his voice, all that was dope. Well, shoot, the video ready?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna put it at the end.
Okay.
So just I didn't think you was gonna keep asking me like throughout the show.
Like, what are you doing?
This was so going to the blooper reel.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Afro, tell everybody where they can follow you, what you got coming up next, and you know what I mean, everything you want to tell them, boss man. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you guys, man. On the social, on YouTube, I'm Afro with the dashes. I got on Instagram is All Flows Official. Facebook is All Flows Reach Out, and I also do movie reviews on the YouTube, and that's Fro Thizzle Reviews, THIZZLE, and I got a new project coming out tomorrow. It's a brand new EP, 6 new songs, and it's called A New Colonel in Town. And I basically turned myself into like a black Colonel Sanders, so I'm like Colonel Fro, and it's like the theme is just like a kind of similar to like a Ludacris Chicken and Beer, how it's like dope bars and dope beats, but it's still goofy. It still has like a goofy kind of feel to it. So that's what I'm going for with this one. Just like something you could put on, just like you could laugh at, but there's still dope, like, you know, bars and beats too. Man, so that's coming out tomorrow and on streaming. That should be on Spotify and YouTube and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely stream that, man. That's gonna be exciting. We definitely gonna bump that. It's your man Deshaun Showtime Watkins. Follow Comptonmania everywhere. Make sure YouTube, Instagram, and listen, we need love on Twitch. I need my Twitch people to hit the Twitch up so the Twitch could catch up to everything else. Twitch needs some love. Comptonmania on the X now. Comptonmania on TikTok. Comptonmania everywhere, okay? Woozy, and this is the culture of Comptonmania. You know, you need to go there, hit the dingly ding, all of it, and yeah.
It's my turn. It's my turn. I'm Cool As Cam. Y'all can tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. We out of here.
Compton.
For God so loved the world that he gave his music, that whoever believes in it shall not perish but have eternal life.
Listen, when I turned 16, it wasn't a sweet 16, it was a poor 16. So I kicked a raw 16. I got more 16s off the top of written 16. I'll be spitting 16 since 16 with ease. When I was 15, I wanted to be 16, getting 16 G's. Now I got 16 CDs, 16 tours through 16 cities. I spit my 16 quickly and burned 16 rappers like 16 Phillies. I was a mixed teen at 16. At 16, my 16 sounded 16. Like a lot of you cats to 16. You spit your 16, but what does your 16 mean? I mean, your 16 should inspire more than 16 16-age teens. What?
When I was 16, I spit a 16 and made 16 sick as a fiend with 6 in the chamber, aim it at 6 PIGs beyond a beast, and I'll be 6'3" with an RPG that'll launch at a precinct on 16th Street. Slicker than 16 shells, seeking for flesh. Can't rock with the fro and KRS. Just 16 fell 6 feet deep when I flipped dirt. 16 when I written a verse that made 16 brothers unite against government turf. Breathe in, breathe out at 16. Be out with 6 freaks that no doubt begging to plead to me like give me that 16, please. Write the script like 16 candles. Try another flick from the swift mean vandal. I don't rock a 666, forgot to spit for bliss. Your whole block can drift to this. You only got 10 bars. Add another 6 to flip my filmography. Deep star 6 to 6 day to 6 man to 6 cents. Fro.
I'm in a sector all by myself, a lane of my own. Brain on fire, flames in my dome, cypher face to the bone. King of my own style, of course I'm claiming the throne. A breath of fresh scrolls in the age of the clones. A sage with the poems, every single stage is my home. Speakers blast, the face got voice, feel the rage in my tone. Bonafide MC Prince on a mic device, making it known. You know the vibe, this MC flips, what I write is nice, stay in the zone. Fly like ravens and drones, or pick, it's time to fake will atone. Put me on a mountain with my face made of stone. This is Ace, one of the greats of 88, Cool G in his prime. This is Cage, escape to 88, movies for the blind. This is 8 with the crazy tapes, on Doobie on the grind. This is Face in the place, I radiate Gucci with the rhymes. Unruly with the lines, blast like a Uzi in a 9. Welcome to the Masterpiece Theater where the beauty's undefined. Face.
Innovative.